Good morning, students. Today we will discuss with the last concept of the second chapter, that is steel making mills. Okay, so here we will see the main function of the steel mill is to roll the steel. Okay, so it is nothing but so simple work. So it has to reel the that steel. Okay, so in the process of which cross section of the metal get reduced. Okay, so here it will reduces the cross section of the metal. Okay, so then with increasing its length. Okay, this is the concept of the steel mill, the working of the steel mill. Okay, so next, the steel is in the form of ingots is means the boxes of metals or blocks of metals which can be reduced to particular size and shape depending on the requirement. That is called as ingots. So piece of metals so which are converted into a useful metals or for example like blooms, slabs, rods, like these materials can be extracted with the help of ingots. Okay, so these ingots were rolled in different rolling mills to get the specified cross sections of the materials. Okay, so these ingots can be rolled in a particular pressing mills so that we can get some useful product which is required for our applications. Okay, next we will see some products of the steel mills are blooms, slabs, rods, sheets, beams, bar or angles. So there are different shapes and size, okay, depending on the application of the steel. For example, so we are using in the construction of the buildings, or we are using these steels products in the agricultural products, so like flowing machines, and it is used in the constructions of the vehicles. All those things we need as steels, so for that we can roll them in a definite manner with the help of steel, that is steel mill. Okay, so now we will see technically rolling mills can be divided into 4 types. Okay, so which are those? That is, first one, continuous cold rolling mill, reverse cold rolling mill, continuous hot rolling mill, and reversing hot rolling mill. Okay, so these are the 4 types. Depending on the applications, we are going to different types of rolling. Okay, so now we will see what is the continuous and what is the reversing. So what is the cold and what is the hot. So these the terms which are going to differ in the work. Okay, we will see one by one now. Now the rolling mill, the mill which are rolling cold metals are called as cold mills. Okay, so which are rolling the cold metals are called as cold mill. Okay, hence here a uniform gauge and good surface quality can be produced. In case of cold mill, we are getting a good quality, and also we are getting a exact gauge of the metal which is required for a definite applications. Okay, so next the mill which are rolling hot metals are called hot mills. Okay, so for example, billets, strips, blooms, slabs, all these things can be rolled with the help of hot mill. Okay, so this is the difference between cold mill and hot mill. Now we will see what is the reversing mill and what is the now we will see so what is the reversing mill and what is the continuous mill. So reversing mill, it consists only one stand, so on which pressing mill was placed, so metal can be moved forward and backward manner for pressing process. Okay, see, this is the example. This is called as main stand. Okay, so on that we are going to 4 rolling mills. Okay, so on either side we are getting a reel stand. Okay, so in the reversing actions, it will metal will roll forward and backward actions. So that's why it is called as reversing cold mill. Okay, next we will see continuous mill. It consists of many stands, so each stand consists of different pressing mills so that metal can move continuously in forward actions. Okay, so we have different rolls here. So your metal piece to be reeled or rolled, so that can be moved in forward direction only, so in this direction only. That's why it is called as continuous mill. These are the different pressing mills. So each pressing mill is called as, or placed on a stand. That's why continuous mill is called consisting of many stands, and this reversing mill consists of only one stand. Okay, so now we will study these four techniques. What are those things? So we have studied these things. We have go through these in brief, each one. First, now we will see continuous cold roll mill. Okay, see here, continuous cold mill. Here the metal can be passed through a several successive strands till desired reduction in thickness is achieved. Okay, so we are going to roll that piece of metal in a different pressing mill, so to get required size of the metal. So that is on forward directions. So here there is no reverse flow of metal. Okay, so that's why it is called as continuous. Okay, this mill is also consisting of uncoiling and coiling reel. Okay, so it consists of at the end and at the starting and at the end. So it will consist of coiling and uncoiling of the reel. Okay, so ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಸೊ ಅನ್ಕಾಯಿಲ್ ಆತಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ರೀಲ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಕಾಯಿಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಮೇನ್ working of this coiling and uncoiling. Okay, next we will see what are the requirement of the drives. Okay, so to use the different drives in continuous cold mill, so what are the characteristic it has consist? See, strips are subjected to a large interstand tensions. Okay, so we have the drive must have a tension, that tension of the drive should be constant. Okay, so for this application, okay, so tension of the drive should be constant. Next we will see threading of the metals can be done at lower speed. So here the threading, so for particular applications your metal should be threading, so that threading is done by slow speed. That's why your drive should run at slower speed for while. Okay, again a sudden speed rise is required. Okay, so after threading we are going to rotate the motor at a higher speed. That was sudden change is required. So that characteristic is also drives will have. Okay, another one is a large variation speed is required. Okay, for this threading and all the operations, large variation of the speed, for example 100 to 1000 rpm. Okay, so 100 to 1000 rpm variation should be required, because so variations, so 100 to 1000, so require. Okay, so large variation should be required. Now the drives which are used in this continuous cold mill is DC motors can be used, because here we have a different control strategy, that is voltage control method, okay, or that is field control method, field current control method. Okay, so there are different types of voltage control methods are there. That's why we are using these DC motors. Okay, so again now we will study this reversing. Okay, so second one is reversing cold rolling mill. Okay, so here this is a main strand. Here it will consist of two smaller diameter roll and two bigger diameter roll. Okay, so here we have a tension roll. Okay, so it will maintain the tension as a constant, and these are the reels, which is mandrels. These are called as mandrels. So if your metal piece is start unreeling, here start reeling. Okay, here to and fro motions will be occur. Okay, so now we will discuss. A mill consists of 4 high rolling stands and reel stands on either side. Okay, so reels on either side, as well as it consists of 4 mill. Okay, 4 high rolling mills. So now we will see the strip. What is the process will going on here? The process, the strip is to be rolled, is wound on a mandrel and mounted on the one side, and other side mandrel is mounted on other side. Okay, the mill is started with a slow pressure, speed pressures, and then speed is increased. Okay, so then after, for a particular time the speed will be slow for reeling purpose. After that it will get normal rated speed. Okay, so and it will start running at a constant acceleration as well as constant braking. Okay, these are the two types of the rolling mills. One we have studied continuous cold mill, another we have reversing cold mill. Okay, tomorrow we will discuss another two. What are those? Cold continuous hot mill and reversing hot mill. So after this, after those two concepts, your lesson is going to end. Okay.